podcast called What Do You Think? We have my homeboy Coleman here. You can follow him at ccmanb88 on IG. If you need some graphic design work done, this is your man right here. So a little recap, if you haven't seen my last video, the last video was talking about is responding to a DM cheating. And I've gotten a couple of requests to actually find the video that I was referring to, and here it is.
My boyfriend is kicking me out of the house.
What are you doing?
And wait till you hear why.
You threw all my stuff in garbage bags?
Maria, stop filming me. Get in the car.
What is your issue?
What do you mean? Get in the car, Maria. Get in the car. I'm driving you to your mom's house. Get in the car.
Why?
Why? You think I'm stupid, Maria?
No.
My friend showed me the messages and he showed me your replies.
Must be saying I have a boyfriend?
And you think there's nothing wrong with this?
No.
Everyone and their mother knows that loyal girls don't reply to DMs. And you replied. You're not loyal. You're for the streets. Now get in the car.
You didn't even necessarily have to pause, honestly.
Now, Cole. Sure. Right. Now, Cole, after watching the video, what is your opinion, or what do you think about the video from your standpoint?
Well, I mean, for me, it's kind of hard to put that into one context because there could be several different scenarios that could be going on in this situation. Mm-hmm. Now, I've had situations where I've messaged people and with no clue of their relationship status, ask them, hey, I think you're cute. Maybe we should go out sometime. And they're like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. Thanks for letting me know. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in some cases, it's hard to tell whether or not it's ill intent or not. And, I mean, it all goes back to who you decide to date in the first place. So, I'm always big on researching before you do anything. So, if you are with a girl, and vice versa too, this goes for any relationship. Mm-hmm. If you're with somebody and they are always talking to people and they have a lot of people in their circle of the opposite sex, and or if they have a lot of people that they're talking to that they're interested in, or they may not be interested in, and they're just entertaining a lot of people before you even get into a relationship, why are you even getting in a relationship with that person? But if you got in a relationship with somebody and before y'all were even dating, they really weren't entertaining that many people. Like, if anybody at all, they were just kind of keeping to themselves. And then that person gets that one DM from somebody that they didn't even expect. It was somebody that they're just cool with, or they haven't talked to in a minute, and they're like, oh, hey, I've always thought you were cute, or like, hey, I thought you were cute, and maybe we should go out sometime. And she's like, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend. You can't really get mad at her because she didn't expect it or see it coming. There are people that have a lot of people in their DMs all the time, and if you know that, or if you know they're always having a lot of people in their DMs, and there is that one that they do respond to, that might be a little different story. But,
No.
It all just depends on the situation.
Okay, so like, I hear what you're saying, and honestly, even for me with my significant other, my thing is, not that I want guys to jump in her DMs, I prefer they not to, but honestly, my significant other, she looks good. I mean, what can I expect? I feel like if you are dating a girl or a woman that you consider beautiful, and you expect no guys not to be in their DMs, you tripping. Like, guys are going to be in your girl's DMs, whether you want it or not. Now, it's up to your significant other to really determine, like, how they respond. And of course, you're hoping that they respond, hey, I have a boyfriend, and did it right there. So, it's not the question whether people want to be in your DMs or not. That's going to happen. You can't really avoid that.
Well, it depends. It just depends on the situation.
Explain.
there are some girls that may be like the baddest girl on the planet, but they just don't put themselves out there like that. You know what I mean? So like they might not even have social media. They might have social media, but they might not be on it. If they are on it a lot, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, and they might have more people in their DMs. So it just depends on the situation. If she has a lot of people in her DMs and she's in a relationship and she's used to having a lot of people in her DMs, then like, yeah, 9 times out of 10 she's gonna ignore them. Then if she responds, then you might have an issue, because then there's like that one person that she decided not to ignore out of the many people that's been constantly in their DMs. But then you have people that you do have people that just really don't check their social media like that, or not even out there to really have anybody to know that they're on social media, and have it, you know, kind of like somebody who doesn't post pictures, and you gotta have content on there to like and to respond to. You know, so if they don't have a lot of content on there, then, you know, it's all about knowing what you're putting yourself into.
Okay, so I kind of get what you're saying, and I'm referring back to your comment about if a woman is used to having a lot of people in their DMs. Let's say an IG model who's in a relationship, she's gonna have God knows how many people in her DM. But if she's used to that, but she's not responding, in that context, I can get if a guy say, okay, if she responds, and that's even that is just like, okay, an IG model responding to your DM when she has multiple DMs, that's okay. Then I can kind of see where they're coming from with that. But if your significant other isn't someone that gets a lot of DMs and she responds to it, hey, I have a boyfriend, that's not a problem. You know, so I feel like like you said, I kind of see where you're coming from. It really depends on the context, or like you said, if they're used to having a lot of DMs, or if they're IG famous, if they're TikTok famous, a lot of people want to know them, so a lot of people gonna hop in their DMs. It's just based on how much people know you, how well known you are, you know.
And then also in the video, the other thing that stood out to me is the guy was like, you know, my friends told me everything, and is that why are your friends even?
No, that's a setup. I ain't even gonna cap, because if you have to have your friend DM your significant other, you don't trust her, and if you don't trust her, you shouldn't be with her. So why are you with somebody you don't trust?
Exactly. So I'm like, when you're finding out about her approaching people in their DMs, how are you even in a situation to know that she was responding to people's DMs? Like, are you checking her phone? Or, you know, I know in the video he was like, oh, you know, my friends told me everything. They told me about you responding in the DMs. But like I said, the friends DM her. So like, yeah. So, I mean, especially, like I said, the video was fake. But in that situation, like, having your friends DM her and like her responding, like if she's interacting with your friends, then she might just be like, okay, why are you messaging me? And then when he comes with that foolishness, then she's like, I have a boyfriend. But then did she tell you about it? That's the thing. That's another thing.
Yeah, there's another thing.
We'll get into that
but
later.
it's so many things I can, like even going back to what you said about the phone, is he checking her phone? Is it even, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that right now, because that's a whole nother video. I can't even, yeah.
I mean, we can touch on it a little bit.
Okay, we'll touch on it a little bit. We'll touch on it a little bit for y'all. Now, when it comes to checking your significant other's phone, is that okay, or does that what's the word I'm looking for? Does that mean, okay, I don't trust you because I have to check your phone? You know what? That's what all right.
First of all, like, why are you with somebody that you don't trust enough that you have to look at their phone? Like, if you're with somebody, at that point that I decide to get in a relationship with you, I say I trust you. So I'm not gonna try to do anything to say that I don't trust you. or implicate that I don't trust you. Like, check your phone, follow where you're going, or asking who you're hanging out with. Like, you know, I got into that relationship. That stuff, all that stuff should have been checked out, researched before you even got into a relationship. So the moment you get into that relationship, there's a level of trust that you decided to give this person because you're like, I trust you, I want to be with you, we're going to be in a relationship. Now, you can't do anything about if she decides to switch up. If she decides to switch up, you get hurt, but, you know, you just got to make sure you do better research next time. But it's not fair to either party to constantly be looking and making sure that they're not cheating on you, or that it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, before you get with someone, you should basically have an idea of whether you should trust this person or not.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know if you trust them or not, then don't date them. You know, keep getting to know them more. And once you feel like you trust them, that's when you can make it official. So, like even with me, I'm not worrying about my significant other's phone. I'm not. And like I said in my last video, if I have a question, if I think something's up, I'm going to ask. And I feel like that's where communication comes in. Communication is key to making a relationship work. If you're feeling some type of way, talk to your significant other.
Like an adult.
Exactly. But nowadays, people don't know how to do that.
So
it's something you got to learn, man. It's not easy because, you know, you don't want to feel like you're being insecure. But honestly, that happens. A lot of us are insecure to some extent.
And sometimes something happens that make you raise an eyebrow. Like, like why would, you know, it might be out of the ordinary. Like, why would you do that? Why would they do that? Like, let me go ask. Like, let me go get some clarification. You know what I mean? So, you don't want to just sit there and badger them about, oh, so like, let me see your phone then. Let me see your phone then. You know, it's just too much. It's childish. It's childish.
So yeah, I always would talk to my significant other if I felt some type of way about something that she did. And you know, like I said, honestly, communication is key. And I understand that a lot of our generation, I know 9 times out of 10, everybody has been cheated on at least one time. That's where the insecurity comes in. But you cannot let that insecurity from that relationship define how you are in your future relationships. Because guess what? If you do, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. And that's just going to be your own fault.
And it's not fair to yourself or the other person in the relationship. Yeah,
you can't keep making excuses about, oh, snap, I've been hurt in the past. Okay, and we've all been hurt in the past. That's not only you. That's not a you thing. That's a us thing. Everybody has been hurt before.
Plus, you said you wanted to be in a relationship with that person. Meaning, you said that I'm going to trust you. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to give you the full relationship. Not, I'm going to give you part of me because I'm broken. So, you know, you're just going to have to deal with broken me. If you're broken, don't get in a relationship. Go get some counseling. Go seek some help. You're not ready for a relationship. If you're not ready, if you're still broken, if you're still hurt, if you're still healing, that's okay. But don't rush into the relationship because it's not going to be healthy.
Exactly. And to further his point, for the people that are watching and listening, let's make therapy a normal thing, because I feel like a lot of people think that therapy is for someone that's crazy or someone that really needs help. We all need help. So don't think if you go to therapy that something's wrong with you. All of us can use a little therapy, to be honest. But
we're kind of reverting back. We're kind of like spiraling. Let's go back to the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were put in that situation, how would you want your significant other to respond?
As far as if she received the DM?
Yes.
Oh,
like with somebody seeking interest.
If that's the case, I would want her to, let her know she has a boyfriend, and come tell me about it, And okay, so with me, this is different for everybody. Now, I would say, yes, I would still want her to, let him know she has a boyfriend. Now, as far as her telling me, she can tell me, but okay, let's say she didn't tell me and I found out a guy DM'd her, but I also saw that she said, no, I have a boyfriend. I wouldn't like be like, babe, oh, why didn't you tell me? You ain't loyal. No, I'm gonna be like, babe, I appreciate, shutting that down, but next time can you let me know? Like, now if it's like constantly guys DMing her every day, I wouldn't make her be like, hey, every time somebody DM you, you better tell me. No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if it's like constant, or if it's not constant, if somebody DM you every once in a while, let me know. Hey, some dude tried to talk to me today. Cause I feel like when you want to talk, when something exciting or something weird or something happens in your life, you want to tell your significant other first. So it's kind of like that, If a girl was to DM me, I'd be like, hey, babe, some girl just tried to DM me on this type stuff. And she'd be like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. But...
And you just kind of hit a point of what I said earlier, like, if it's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are some people that are very active on social media, so it's not out of the ordinary for them to get DMs from people saying, oh, you're cute, oh, you're gorgeous, this, that, and the other. But like I said, if you got into that relationship prior, you knew that already, because chances are, if y'all started the relationship, she didn't just blow up on social media as soon as y'all got into a relationship. She had a pretty decent following before y'all got into this relationship. So, in that case, it's not out of the ordinary, so 9 times out of 10, probably not going to tell you because it's old news, And if it's a good relationship, probably either ignoring them or blocking them or whatever. So, like I said, if it's out of the norm, then 9 times out of 10, they're probably they're trustworthy. They're probably going to tell you, like, oh, guess who slid into my DMs today, or somebody slid into my DMs today talking some nonsense. Like, it was crazy, and I told him I had a boyfriend, and I ended up blocking him. That's another thing. Would you expect them to block that person?
In my opinion, honestly, the only time I would be like, hey, you need to block him, is if he keep messaging her and won't leave her alone. If he tries to, DM her and she responds to her boyfriend, he said, sorry, and leaves her alone, okay. She's not bothering you anymore. I'm not insecure to the point where, if he try to get with you, you gotta block him right then and there. Nah. I trust my significant other. Now, like I said, if he's still constantly trying to talk to her, because you know how some guys be, after a girl tells them they have a boyfriend, we can't be friends. Nah, y'all can't be friends, player. Like, nah, I'm not with that. Because only reason I say that, because from your initial DM, we know your intentions. So you trying to be her friend, you're not trying to be her friend. You're basically trying to basically hold out until, or mess up the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't like, hey.
No, y'all can't be friends.
You fine. Can I be your friend?
Like what? First of all, if you trying to be somebody's friend, you don't even come at them like that. So if they try that, then it's like, all right, you need to go ahead and block him, because after you already told him you have a boyfriend,
hey,
he's
girl,
still
you
trying.
look beautiful. Can I be your friend?
Nah, you can block. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, at that point, after she said she has a boyfriend, him still responding is a disrespect to her boyfriend. Like it's like, okay, I don't care if you got a boyfriend. Nah, you gotta block him, babe. Go ahead and hit that block button.
Nah, he's for the streets.
Because I'm saying, because honestly, if what's gonna happen if she don't, he's gonna keep responding, and hopefully, I mean, even if she does ignore him, it's still like, yo, he's constantly responding to go ahead and block him.
Obviously, he don't respect me as a man to leave you alone. Even if he don't know me, like, it's kind of like just a mutual man-to-man respect. If the girl says whether she's lying or not, because I know it happens like like bars and clubs and whatever, they're like, oh, I have a boyfriend. If she says that, regardless of if you think she's lying, just respect it.
Bruh, my thing is, if she says that, either she has a boyfriend or she don't want to
you
talk to
anyway?
you. Then you either way, leave her alone. Either way, leave her alone.
Like, just be like, all right, thank you. Have a nice day. It's okay. It'll be okay.
But yeah, man, shoot, that's my opinion on that, man. But we definitely, I don't want to take too long with this video because I know we can go on for a long period of time.
And then we're just gonna divert from the original video. And
well, man,
you need more content.
Man, we're definitely gonna chop it up some more. I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man, giving your thought.
No problem.
For those of y'all watching, man, leave a comment about what you think. Subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna holler at y'all another time.